Hello, dear students. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the education development in Uzbekistan as we are covering about education itself. So today we will speak mostly about Uzbekistan's education system and their types, classes, and also I will talk about the vocational colleges as well, which is also included in the second place of the educational system. Next, okay. Uzbekistan is the state of youth. Children, teenagers, and young people under the age of 25 comprise approximately 60% of the total population. Inherent in Uzbekistan ancient heritage is love of children and care for their health, well-being, and education. Of course, our previous president, Islam Abdulghanievich Karimov, always indicated that the youth are our future, and then we mostly pay attention for their education. As early as in the 17th century, Chinese scientist and explorers Huan Tian wrote that he saw 5 years old boy in Samarkand being taught how to read, write, and count. Later, these children were sent to the caravans to learn business and trade. So this is the before's classroom, you may say. Nowadays in our country, every third child studies at the secondary school or gets trade experience at high and secondary special schools and trade institutions. 5 million children study at school, and more than 1 billion are preparing to be school children at the kindergarten level. The education of children and youth is one of the main priorities of the country's government policy. This is this is why the law, of course, the law of the country describes that they are compulsory. Primary, secondary schools are all compulsory schools. And also vocational colleges are also compulsory, which means that after ending the ninth form, they may apply. The essence of educational reform in Uzbekistan to preserve the present intellectual potential of the educational system and to modify our goals and activities in order to develop. These reforms, however, do not only reflect nationalistic aspirations, since securing independence is the Uzbek nation's realization its great responsibility. So our goals are determined as follows: humanistic, democratic methods of teaching and socialization, priority to human values, national and cultural tradition, and also influencing their studying for social and political ways of learning. So our youth are really eager to know more information about technology. They work on the technology very hard in order to find what is going on in the technology review. They are participating in different competence and winning a lot of awards in the competence. Each year in the primary school, secondary school, and vocational schools, we will have the Olympiad considering about the subjects, considering these principles and the experience of developing countries of the world. They are, okay, here are the steps of the education system: modification and further perfection of the education and sociology content, development of new school curriculum, textbook, stress and individual ability and talent, vocational and professional development. Vocational professional development accordance with changing economical needs, integrating Uzbekistan with world education standards. So nowadays, the last part is developing, and we are, our president Shavkat Miramonovich are focusing on educational in order to create educational field for youth in order to be educated well, even taking some examples from the other countries and sending talented students, talented pupils to the abroad in order to be studied there. At present, within the process of transformation of all these social activities and perspective of the country development, textbooks are being renewed, new subjects are added, and teaching staff is being retrained. Each year, before giving the books to the students, to the pupils, they will be checked whether the types of the tasks, how it's correlated to the subject course. The working out of the new state educational standards are being compared. A great number of new types of schools are being established. These schools specialize in foreign languages, economics, and in ecological problems. So we have specialized schools as well in each part of the villages, in each part of the Uzbekistan. Specialized lyceums, specialized schools, specialized for main subjects, and also for learning languages as well. Parallel to this, research work is being done on continuation of educational complex, including kindergarten, high school, scientific research, and retaining institutions. New methods and technologies are created rapidly, based on the national and worldwide pedagogical way of teaching. So the teachers are very active. They try to give main information about the subject and try to activate them in order to learn very well. Of course, all these processes are not easy and simple. The government has to solve many economical and social problems besides other conflicts, with the support of 500,000 hardworking teachers who share the same idea. We hope we achieve our goals. Of course, nowadays we may see a lot of differences in educational system as we are covering now online teaching. Yeah, the first of all, this is also one process of learning. New economic way of learning. So in this picture you may see about the farewell to the school. 25th of May is the last day of schooling day. So with the celebration of goodbye school, goodbye my school, they call the ceremony is titled Goodbye My School, and this is the last day. This is commonly celebrated in all parts of Uzbekistan, and it is the last day of the school. All the students, and also the graduate learners will mostly participate and will get their diplomas and their certificates for further education. At the same time, we understand that by striving to create new education system according to the world standards, we will achieve success not only in our country, but we might be sharing our knowledge and experience with developing countries, add to contribution to the world's educational system. Okay, in order to have a good educational style, first of all, we should check or we should see the results of the foreign countries' educational styles as well. How they are becoming common, how they are very fascinating, and how can we reflect this message to our countries? How can we implement these issues to our educational system? All of these features are taken into consideration in order to establish any kind of laws, any kind of basic rules to the educational system. As we know that the educational point are very important, I can say, very important point of the development of the country, because the youth are our future. So they will do our future life better. But how they can be this kind of person if they don't have a good education? That's why nowadays this is really, really essential one to educate each children in an appropriate way, in an appropriate condition. Teachers try to emphasize for these issues as well. How to give them a good education in order to have a good chance for them to learn each year that each textbooks in school, in college, in types of the school are referred, and they look through about the task types, renewing each year. So not only publishing again and again, maybe the new version of those books or will be published in each year, in each academic year. And also I wanted to emphasize that for the first class pupils, they are given a present by our president with all complemented tools with bag, books, every school subject they will be provided, and this is also one of the good motivation for the first class pupils. It's very essential, the same book and the same bag with all necessary educational tools inside of the book. It's very good and it's very essential for the pupils who newly came to school and feeling what is the school itself. And also it's very emphasizing for contribution of the development of the countries in order to feel them what is the school itself, and also the feeling that the school is an educational place. They should appreciate about the points what school includes. I can say that our education system is very good and is very well planned in organization. If I also speak about the vocational types of the college, we have a lot of all the types of the art of which includes the vocational part of the education. We are developed in each side about which includes the vocational colleges. In our country, vocational college includes 3 years. After 3 years, they may apply for the university as their basic subjects as they are studied in college and lyceum. Lyceum also 3 years, and vocational colleges are also 3 years. When the pupil finish school at ninth grade, they may apply to the vocational college or lyceum. Or the pupil prefers to keep studying at the same school, they may study again 2 years and then apply for the university. But before it was all the school from this year 2020 it was 9+3 system. It means that each pupil should study at ninth form, and then they should apply for vocational colleges or lyceum, and then apply for the university. But from overviewing a lot of issues about the vocational colleges work, so the declaration was that the schools can be continued till 11th form as it was the previous years. So they found that this is the more effective one, providing the numbers of entries, numbers of successful entries to the universities. So that is all which I wanted to plan with you to share. So if you have some questions, as usual, you may chat with me in the Moodle platform. I can answer for your all questions, or you may message me in our Telegram group. Lesson is over. Goodbye.